Boom.
Biddly bo. Yes, yeah. Here we go. Ain't nobody down round here. You know what time it is. Get that badger in and on and over here. We had to move back to get his greatness in. I want to do a quick shout out to Sean and Dot from Wetherby, who have been supporting Leeds for over 50 years. And I need to also thank, before I talk briefly about the charity match, I need to thank everybody that tuned into my last live, because I've gathered 545 likes, which has got to be a record, I would imagine, for my channel, boys and girls. So thank you very much. Normally get about 120 likes on a video, so 545 is an absolute madness. Turns out asking for them does work. So like the video. We're probably never going to get near 545 again, but I'm more than well aware we're a minute in, and the clout chasers here and the clock watchers will be furious. Charity match was on Sunday. I'm just about recovered. My legs are knackered. I put in best shift I possibly could do. 90 minutes achieved. Dan, the manager, the top lad he is, shouted to me about 85 minutes in, like, are you all right? You good? Like, don't fucking do it to me now, man. Got done 85 minutes. Don't be dragging me off now in front of missus. 5 minutes to go. Like, no, I've got 5 minutes in me. Shout out to Joe Blackburn, who honestly, I mean, it must have been stressful for him, but it was brilliant. It was a brilliant day that he put together, and it's a lot of weight on his shoulders, a lot of money put down, and I think we've raised over, well, Joe B and the all of us have raised, but Joe B in particular has raised over $5,000, I think, and obviously that'll keep rising as people watch the highlights and the match back and stuff, and maybe super chats or whatever. But he did an amazing job. I thought a really good game. I'll talk about it more, I think, during a live, so we can actually have a bit of a back and forth, and you can ask me questions about the game. But shout out to everybody that I met there. It was a proper good day. Really enjoyed it. And then all boys went out into town afterwards. So a large portion of us did. Me and JT were the last ones standing. So I think we can put to bed anybody try to wind me up on my channel that we don't get on. We seem to get on when we're having a drink together, so it's fine by me. And I'm definitely gonna drag him on a podcast, I think, Mr. JT, and we can squash this imaginary beef that you've all tried to create upon us. But that's not why we're here. Quick shit vid. Leeds have just played 2 60-minute games, which is a weird scenario. Everybody's kicking off about the fact it's behind closed doors. We get the highlights and you get the full game. It will be uploaded on LUTV with the full game. I don't know whether it has yet. I've only watched the 12-minute highlights. But if you're getting the highlights, I don't mind it. I agree Farker can get his work done. He played 2 more or less completely different 11s in the 60 minutes. The other team didn't look up to much, having said that. But, we got a 4-1 win. And you get to watch the highlights, as I say, and the full match after the fact if you want. So I don't mind it being behind closed doors. I think Farker should be able to get his work done silently, like an assassin, and get to work, basically. I will judge him on the first game of the season, when we're into Everton. The pre-season's fun to watch and what have you, as signings are coming in, and it's exciting, but it's all about business in it. So let's just get the job done. First game of the season is the most important game, evidently. In the near future. We won 4-1. There was an excellent goal from Parisley. Gray got a nice assist for that. Harrison was on with the pre-assist. We then got a penalty. It was a lovely finish by Peru, by the way. Fired it into the top bin. He really can finish, that kid, can't he? We then got a penalty, which was absolutely ridiculous. So the keeper makes a save. It's like the ball, it's like a P-roller. And the keeper goes over and keeps it in play and picks it up. And defenders are walking off. And he rolls it out to the defender, but the defender, they're doing what we do with Mez, where the centre-back gets the ball and he plays it to the keeper. So the centre-backs obviously thought the keeper's let it roll out of play, and then he's rolled him it to take the goal kick. So he puts his hand on it in the 6-yard box to readjust it and then take it to, he's about to kick it and ref gives a penalty. So, I mean, even like Dorigo were laughing, like it was like, what's going on here? Like, it's obviously just a massive lapse in concentration. Peru put that away, lovely. Ramazani got a couple of assists. He looked really threatening with Ramazani. He looked like he had the beating of his man. As I say, I don't think they were particularly up to much. Obviously, as I said, Harrison got a pre-assist, so he featured again in the first half, or the first 60 minutes. Nonso got a really well-taken goal. That was one of Ramazani's assists. And then another Ramazani assist for Nemecha, who got a tap-in, who looked a little bit more like what I'd have expected from him against the Scummers the other day. But, as I said, it was a bit of a different first half, and they it was significantly poorer, even though I didn't think much of Man U the other day. But Nemecha looked like he had the beating of a couple of players, and he looked like, he looked sharp and strong, fast and stuff. So it's good stuff. But he will be working his way back into fitness as well. He's had a bad couple of years with it all. Struijk won an header from a corner, which that's not too unusual, but it was a good header. And then Biol won an header from a corner. It's crazy stuff. So there's potentially two of them that can win headers. Struijk actually scored a goal from an header, but he was offside from a Dan James, like a dinked-in cross. It was a nice delivery. A mistake from Crew for their goal. We were all over them in the highlights. I mean, I think they had two chances and they came right towards the end of the game, like in the 120th minute it would be, due to the fact they played 260 minutes. It looked like a mistake from Crew. He gave the ball away, basically, and then somebody rounded Darlow. But Big Ampadu tried to take the blame for that on that skipper vibes, on that El Capitano vibes. Much different to Joe Wainman when he's the skipper, because he seems to find faults in everybody else's work, but not particularly his. Ampadu looked like he was playing centre-back, just from the highlights, which I think he was. It was him and Rodon, which is, I'm not going to say interesting, because I know everybody's going to flip the lid, but that's what I'm saying about sort of looking at stuff, testing stuff out. Longstaff was in there for first portion of the game, the first 60 minutes. I just love how Longstaff can zip ball about everything's first time, and it's really crisp, and it's at 100 mile an hour all the time. He really zips it in, zip it in, fire it in. So Farker's definitely having a look at stuff. And then to some gossip, boys. So obviously we've signed Big Stash. He seems like a bit of a character. He's made a couple of jokes about, dirty Leeds, and he said that the Leeds fan base won't be able to pronounce his name and all this stuff. He seems like a good lad. I think we can all agree at this point the window has been a very good window thus far, hasn't it? And I'm glad we've all sort of hung in there and waited. And now I feel like we can go out and, have a bit of fun going forward, because we are in a relatively decent position defensively now. And in midfield, we look stacked out, quite literally. So obviously, and there's some big lads. Longstaff's a big, strong lad. Stack's a big lad. Ampadu's a shit house. Tanaka's obviously excellent on ball and stuff. So we've got plenty of options there. Ampadu can play centre-back. We've got Biol. We've got that lad that I can't pronounce his name. Obviously, Pascal. Rodon. So we're looking good centre-back. Meslier, silent S. Meslier, silent S has been linked apparently with Leicester. So obviously Leicester will be looking for reinforcements due to the fact they've gone down because they were poorly last year. That would be an interesting move. I'd be surprised if I'm honest, if he goes back into the Championship. Not that I think he's a Premier League level goalkeeper at the moment, because his form certainly suggests he's not. But I would just be surprised if he went back into the Championship on the basis that it's a big step backwards, isn't it? Which I know people say is fucking shit because it's a step backwards. It's like, no, but I'm meaning more like I thought he'd go abroad or back to France, or go play somewhere, a 10th league somewhere in Spain. Do you know what I mean? Just like where he can just sort of hide a little bit and not have the pressures that he currently has. Because ultimately, Championship, it's a physical league even for a goalkeeper, isn't it? You do get sort of peppered. I think when you've got that Spanish sunshine with you, and they're all playing a bit more sweet football, sweet nothingness. And Joseph, I have to talk about what a whopper alert. I wish I had a fucking bell or go like bing, whopper alert. What a whopper. He doesn't want to travel with the squad, so he hasn't joined the squad. A 21-year-old doesn't want to join the training team basically for his pre-season, which is absolutely mental to me. It sort of it confirms everything I sort of thought of him, to be honest. And this is awful, but every time I've seen him in an interview or something, I've just thought, I just think he's in his own little world a little bit. People still wishing him well, which is absolutely fine. It's just interesting that sort of Harrison comes back, gets booed, because he wanted to play Premier League football for Everton, and he's back here. I know people don't want him here. But he's getting booed, and then people are on Twitter saying, well, Joseph's taking control of his own career and he's doing the right thing for himself and all this stuff. It's just a bit of a madness to me. I think a 21-year-old Matteo Joseph, who's never done anything apart from score a goal against Chelsea, making a transfer request at a newly promoted Premier League side, is actually piss funny. I actually think that's quite funny. He's clearly aware that he's not getting any minutes in Premier League, isn't he? Which, he won't do. But, you'd think you'd come back into training. Even Greenwood comes back and Geldart, they come back. and go, well, I need to just do my pre-season training and look for my exit, look for my way out at club. Just turn up and do your job, you know, to some extent. You can still kick out a bit of a fuss cat. You can go down Nonto Road if you want and go playing under 21s or whatever. But what are you doing if you're not even turning up? It's mad. It's basically on holiday anyway. But so yeah, transfer request for Mateo Joseph. It's like, who's done you wrong, man? Farker fucking played you. And if you turn up to pre-season, I believe, you know, and you perform, I believe he would give him another chance. You know, he's not giving him the same hard word that he gave Bamford recently. So it's a madness to me, but I kind of find it funny. So everybody's got the Josephs on back wall and whatever, that can get gone, can't they? But shout out to each and every which one here. I'll be live. I might go live tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can get a guest on tomorrow, and then I'll be live on Thursday, and there'll be shit vids as every day as we do. But yeah, we're back on board. I'm back. My legs are a bit better now. My hips have been hurting. My neck's been hurting. My legs, my hamstrings, my calves, my ankles. Honestly, no more 90 minutes for this, boys. I'm going to stick to 6-a-side for sure. Like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's get 545 likes up on this video, boys. Probably won't even get 545 views now I've said that, but eggs is eggs. Shit is as shit does. In a bit.